I recently had guests break into an Airbnb that I run in Australia. So I'm going to run you through what happened in hopes that it doesn't happen to you because it was quite the mess. We had two bookings. We had a booking from the 15th till the 20th of February, and we had a booking from the 13th till the 20th of March of this year. I live in Nashville, Tennessee in America. This property that I'm managing is in Wollongong, Australia. And so I got a call at 3 a.m. my time from these guests who were checking in February the 15th. They said, Tyler, we can't get into we got into the lockbox, but there's no keys in the lockbox. And I said, are you sure? Because my cleaner was just there about 3 or 4 days ago and there were definitely keys. They left the keys and they said, we're absolutely sure. Here's a photo. There's no keys. I said, that's crazy. Anyway, I sent them to a backup lockbox that I have set up for the cleaners, which basically has a master set of keys in it. I gave them access to that and they got in the house. They called me back about 10 minutes later and they said, why haven't you cleaned the place? It feels like you're still living here. And I said, the place is cleaned. I have the photos of the property, of it cleaned before your stay. And I sent them all the photos and they said, that's absolutely not what it looks like at all. Anyway, while this was going on, I was trying to assure them that it was absolutely correct. I started hearing yelling and screaming and almost like a fight breaking out. And what had happened was the guests who were supposed to be staying in March showed up to the property with keys to the property and let themselves in and started yelling at these guests as to why they were in their property in their rental. I was on the phone this whole time listening to this unfold thinking, what is happening? I'll tell you what's happened. Once everything calmed down and we got things under control, what we found out was this. The guests who were checking in March 13th originally thought that they booked for February the 13th. And so they made a mistake and they booked for a month later than what they actually thought they booked for. So they showed up on February the 13th and they sent me a message saying, what's the lockbox code? Now, sometimes people ask you in advance what the lockbox code is and you never give them the code until the day of check-in. And so I responded to them on the 13th and I said, hey, I can't give you the code, but it will be given to you an hour before check-in on check-in day. And they didn't respond, which is very normal. Anyway, what they decided to do was they decided to sit at the lockbox and try all these different codes to figure out